Welcome to another edition of the Panel Breakdown. I'm your host, Matthew Sardo. This is Monkeys Fighting Robots. And this week, I wanted to talk about a book, some of the books I grew up reading. And this Spider-Man vs. Venom, the trade of all the Amazing Spider-Man appearances of Venom by McFarlane, is a great book to break down. And I looked in the page and I bought this book in 1990. So we're at 30 years. That's insane. But one, growing up with McFarlane, like, this cover is amazing. It just, everything just screams at you. And then the back cover is brilliant. Like, this cover is just so much craziness. You know, this is Venom in his heyday, in his prime. But I really want to talk about all the pages before Amazing Spider-Man 300. And I love this book. It's a great, and the cool thing about this book is it doesn't have shiny pages, so I can have the light right on it. Nowadays with videos, you gotta fight so hard to like find the right light. But as you can tell, this book's been beat up. It's got a little water damage. This was like, I took this to school with me. This thing traveled with me from New York to California, to Chicago to Florida. This thing has been my little like McFarlane Bible. But it's cool. Like, so Todd McFarlane's the artist, Bob Sharon the colorist, and Rick Parker is the letterer. And you got Bob McLeod was inking as well, and Janet Jackson colors, Ken Lopez. We got some good stuff. Like, this is like the turning point of comic books for me. And all these covers are iconic now, which is insane. But okay, so this is from 298. This is like the last page of 298. And they haven't revealed who Venom is yet at this point in time. Just like little hints. As you know, this started off and was going to be in Web of Spider-Man, but then the writer moved over here. David Michelinie moved over to Amazing Spider-Man. But you automatically notice with McFarlane, like, lots of detail already, just down with mutants, peace symbol. And we got this ominous figure where you just get like a little of this here. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. And your cliffhanger is that, wait, that's the black suit of Spider-Man. That's insane. And then you had to wait a whole nother month. And you get a little bit more glimpse. And so you get Mary Jane going to her apartment. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 panels. So kind of back and forth following Mary Jane. And you can notice right here, this picture of Mary Jane, Todd has yet to go full Todd McFarlane on designs. He's still keeping it close to the vest with the designs of how he's going to do Spider-Man and his style. This is what's amazing about Spider-Man and the black suit, is you can do all these reverse negative kind of things with him, and you're like, oh man, this is Spider-Man. And you're just coming out of the death of Craven and all that craziness, so you're like, what is going on now? And then you get the chilling hi honey, and then the eyes, and that, like, this Venom in the eye is just insane. Like, you have the reverse, and then oh god, and then it's a page turn. You're like, oh, I gotta turn the page. And then here's the reveal. The reveal of Venom for the first time. And it's just a lot of meat, this guy, and claws and teeth, and just very perfect and huge. And then you get the I'm home, and you can tell things aren't right because of the way the word balloon works. But then you have all the amazing cross-hatching that we had in the 90s. And so this was $2.99. And then you get to 300, and this is a page turn for Spider-Man. Like, look, you got like all the webs down here, the handwritten names and everything like that going on there. And then you can see that Mary Jane is completely different than the Mary Jane from before. You know, like that is the Mary Jane you kind of grew up with for the first 300 issues. And then the eyes come in, the detail and just the different style of artwork completely. And so Venom says, "Hi, I'm home" in 299, and then 300, it's "Don't come near me. Don't come near me." And it's Peter Parker who shows up. So you're left, as the reader, to make up in your head what happened. And like this terrifying look, you're like, what happened to Mary Jane? Like, what happened to Peter Parker's wife? Like, it just, like, your brain just, like, went crazy trying to figure it out. And then, you know, she mentions that it was just, it was psychological. And that's even more terrifying. And so this right here, these 1, 2, 3, 4 pages set up Venom for the rest of history. Like, these pages right here are so scary. And this is one of my things that I really like to talk about with writers and artists about. Is like, how do you scare somebody? And I mean, this is it. Like, it's darkness, close-ups on eyeballs, creepiness, and then you leave on a cliffhanger, and then you return with a big gap, like, where your brain has to, like, fill in the gaps of what could happen. And that is just terrifying, because your imagination is going to go crazy. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys a little peek of the books that, like, changed me as a kid. And this is one of them right here. And these panels with the reveals and the page turners, it's just set up really well. And this is the beginning of Todd McFarlane going insane with the character. And it's some of my favorite stuff. So thank you so much for joining the panel breakdown. I'm Matt Sardo. This is Monkeys Fighting Robots. And have a good week.